I mean, finals begin today. They begin.
You know, it's interesting. Like, I know where you stand. I know for you, you don't care about how others view our particular, teams, right? In particular, the Warriors, right? I know you don't care about
all of them, to be honest with you.
No, but I'm just saying, let's just stick with the Warriors, right? I know you don't care about Nick Wright's list and Stephen A. and Mad Dog or whoever it is, like nationally, that are talking about it. But every day, I see certain things that are tweeted out, put on social media, said on television. And I do think a lot of Warrior fans do care because they want to defend the honor of their players and their championships. I think a lot of fans
disagree. I never disagree with that.
Okay.
I never disagree with that whatsoever.
So
that wasn't my whole point.
And I think that like when I look at like the whole Warriors thing, like the dynasty and everything, whether it's still going or it's been done, that's still up for debate. But like how it's viewed really does matter to Warrior fans because it's so important to them and they cherish it for so much. And like the KD portion of the Warrior saga just feels rife with anger on all sides. Warrior fans that you're not counting it enough. People on the outside, it shouldn't count at all. The diminishing of Steph Curry, the elevating of that play with LeBron James.
Well, let's be real about something. The
3-1.
Well, let's be real about something. There's a segment of Warrior fans who don't care about KD and wanted him out of here. They turned on KD.
But they still count those.
But they still count the championships.
Okay.
But look at the vitriol that Kevin Durant gets from a segment of Warrior fans.
How big you think that segment is? Because I think it's getting smaller and smaller because I think we're starting to realize, damn, those were some pretty good years.
You brought up social media, and there's a huge segment on social media. Now, I don't know about the everyday Warrior fan. I think the everyday Warrior fan does appreciate them. The Warrior fan that's not on social media.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to gauge that. So, continue.
No, well, like, I'm going back on this and I'm saying to myself, like, I wonder who Warrior fans, as they're sitting here watching, I wonder who they're rooting for in this one. And I think the league would want either one of these teams to win. I think the league doesn't care. Like the Celtics win, great. We got a combination with a quote unquote blue blood franchise in the Boston Celtics, and they finally break through. And it shows that, staying together and not hopping around. And these are homegrown players, and they added to the mix and they kind of figured it out. I do think that would be a great storyline for the league. But the other side, like big picture, I think it'd be really good if I'm running the league, like, wow, if Luka wins and the rehabilitation, publicly of Kyrie Irving's image and Jason Kidd, a former NBA player, taking over that team. And, the now that you have a new owner that won almost immediately and the parity that goes along with that and how quickly they went from not making the playoffs to being a champion and the hope that inspires as a league. I think the league is happy either way, but I do think that like long-term, big picture, Luka winning it's a good way for them to sell this. Hey, this is a 25-year-old guy who is all the skill in the world and plays a very unique brand of basketball. I think that he's a one-word guy like Luka. You say Luka, you know exactly who he is. There's some things he does that I'm sure they don't love in terms of complaining, but like this feels like a win-win. So I wonder what Warrior fans are rooting for.
Yeah, who are Warrior fans rooting for? 888-957-9570. What's your favorite Warriors finals moment? What's your favorite moment? Favorite moment in the NBA finals as the Warriors? It feels a little weird not watching the Warriors be in the playoffs, man. We have been spoiled by some just excellent, excellent basketball. Favorite moment. I think my favorite moment, honestly, I don't even think it was a play. It wasn't a play. It wasn't even a game. It was what happened afterwards. And it was the first championship where the Warriors win in Cleveland, and they win in 6. And it's Steph Curry trying to figure out how to pop some champagne, and he's got the Larry O'Brien trophy. He's the babyface assassin, no beard. And it's just, wow, the Warriors are champions. And you see Leandro Barbosa, Sean Livingston in the corner, and they're like, man, all this journey to get to this mountaintop, to see how happy they were. That's one of my favorite moments. It didn't even have it. Now, there's many plays I could pick from, but just moment. And I'm a sucker like that. I don't know why. I always look at the locker room celebrations, like when the Giants won. I wanted to see how they're celebrating, who's celebrating, who's popping the champagne. Just like when Jordan Poole and Wiggins, they're like, you're going to get a bag, I'm going to get a bag. But also Jordan Poole asked Steph Curry how to pop the champagne. How do you do this, bruh? And how Steph Curry the first time around was like struggling to pop champagne. But by the time the fourth one came around, it's like, oh, here, this is what you do. You point it up like this. Here you go. The experience of just popping champagne. Like, I like those little sucker moments, man. Behind the scenes, in the locker room, because there's a lot of plays you could pick from. You could pick from Steph Curry cooking Matthew Dellavedova in Game 5 in 2015, dropping 37.
So good.
You know,
Dellavedova needing multiple IVs after the game because he's been hacking Steph for a week straight.
He was the guy who supposedly like figured out how to slow Steph down in the finals. That was a huge storyline for about 24 hours.
Dellavedova.
Yeah, and the game that Dellavedova had that day, he ended up going to the hospital because he hyperventilated from running around trying to chase Steph Curry around. Also, Kevin Durant pulling up from 3 in Game 3 of the 2017 NBA Finals, ending that series. Remember, the Warriors rallied from a 6-point deficit down the stretch. Korver misses a 3 in the corner, wide open. Kevin Durant comes down, pulls up, bang, bang. Mike Breen on the call. So, I mean, that was a great moment.
It just feels, sadly for KD, like those, you know, again, I'm going like big picture, like around the country. Those 2 KD years, it's like the pages are stuck together. No one wants to admit those ones because I love those shots, and yet why don't I ever see any of those KD shots in any montages on ESPN, TNT? Like when they, you know,
I see them. They pull them up. They pull him up.
I see the Steph when he's pointing at the ring finger or whatever, and he's going like this. I've seen those ones. I've seen Iguodala grab the ball. I don't think I've seen the. I'll look for it, but I don't think I've seen the KD ones.
No, I've seen the KD ones. They pulled those up. I've seen them. Not as much as probably you like to see them, but I've seen them. Also, just Steph Curry looking at Boston saying, "Ring me."
That's the one that I'm thinking about.
Ring me. Give me that ring.
How about when he's dribbling out, you know, the amount of time? I believe it was Game 5, and he's like going like this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, there's so many Steph moments.
There's so many moments. Heck, even in the losing series. What about Klay Thompson going berserk in Game 6, going up for a dunk, tears his knee up?
Well, that's, yeah.
It's sad, but he runs up the tunnel. Everybody at Oracle's like, oh, my gosh, Klay's done. And he runs back out, and he hits two free throws and tries to get back on defense. Like, that moment right there, it's like, damn, this team just won die.
That was extremely inspirational.
It was insane. So, 888-957-9570. Real quick, Xfinity mobile text on before we go to the lines.
Yeah, give them to me.
858. Warriors fans should root for the Celtics because it makes the 2022 chip even more impressive. Interesting.
I kind of see where they're coming from on that.
Yeah, interesting. My top final moments, are in the lost years. Game 4, 2016 at Cleveland. Yeah, they went up 3-1. And Game 5 in Toronto, we're all riding so high. That's right. Kawhi hit the 2 threes. Toronto's up 6. And then Steph. Was it Steph, Clay, Steph, or was it Clay, Steph, Clay? I forget. But they hit 3 straight threes to take Game 5 to send it to a Game 6 when the rope was out in Toronto's Scotiabank Arena. They were getting all the rope out. They had the trophies. I saw the T-shirts. I was like, damn, they're about to party in Toronto tonight. It's Steph Clay. Steph Clay said, no. And that was, of course, the game where Kevin Durant tore his Achilles. What a scene that was. Wow.
The injury that for Clay that always gets kind of forgotten is when J.R. Smith tackled him. Well, I think it was the year before that in the knee in the backcourt. You don't remember that? And he didn't miss any time. He went right back. It looked like he hyperextended his leg. It literally looked like J.R. Smith tackled Clay like he was Tom Brady in the pocket.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And then he somehow missed no time.
Right, missed no. Yeah. I do remember that.
It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen.
J.R. Smith. My favorite moment, 408. Xfinity Mobile text line was watching the confetti fall at home at Oracle in Game 5, 2017 with my dad.
That was pretty cool.
Who passed away this past September. That's a great moment right there.
Hugging you through the phone.
Let's go to Robin in the city, then we'll get the film on Mike. What else, Robin? Long time no talk, sugar.
No, sugar. I want to say, please put me on the air so I can talk to my boys. I'm actually on time to work. Here's Jasky. You did a great job describing, Luka and the scenarios, but I almost wanted to throw up, okay?
Why?
I don't know because I don't like Luka. I don't like Dallas. And I really can't stand Boston. And we won't get off into the history of it because I think you already know the history why I hate Boston, okay? And I don't think that I just think it's sugar-coated to this day. I still think that exists, okay? And also because I think that Jason Tatum is, I don't know if it's overrated, overhyped, but he just don't do it for me. Oh, Jason Tatum, he stays at the perimeter. It's like he don't expand his game. You know what I mean? And it's just something about that team that I don't think they're really gonna. I don't know if they're gonna win, but I think they match up well with even though Dallas has improved. I mean, they pretty much run a two-man offense. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys could educate me, but I do want to tell you this. I wish both of them would lose, but I'm gonna go with Dallas because I can never.
Robin, real quick. What's your favorite finals moment with the Golden State Warriors?
Okay. So here's the deal. I wanted to just say to Shasky real quick, please stop kidding yourself about the segment of population Warrior fans that like KD. They hate KD, okay, really and truly. And then the last thing, my favorite Warriors moment, it is sad, but it's true. The favorite moment, I have so many, but let me tell you, when in the fifth game of the first championship we won 2015, I loved the way that Steph Curry, in the fifth game, he cooked Delanova and turned around and gave the Mac Dre look. That was
Dizzle face. Game 5.
Peace out, guys, and I love you both, okay?
Game 5, I believe Steph he's dropped 37 points.
As he's running back the other way.
Right, he dropped 37 points.
God, that was awesome.
I'm going to revisit those last 3 games in just a second because it doesn't infuriate me, but it does kind of speak to the hatred that Steph Curry started to receive. How he didn't win Finals MVP, when you look at his last 3 games in that series.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It is a joke.
But Bonte, I think that right there, what you're saying, who votes on that? The national media, right? And so, like, and I know everyone has their own calibration on this. Some people care, some people don't care. But, like, when we're adding up all these trophies at the end of careers and we're comparing the all-time greats, him not having that first one and Iggy getting it, it's ridiculous.
But the real ones know. The players know Steph was the MVP.
But it's not on his Wikipedia page. And so when people talk in barbershops, right. To your point, like Jordan has the clean sheet. 6 finals MVPs.
Did we even care about finals MVPs before Steph?
No.
Exactly, right?
But that's a barbershop thing.
Did Duncan win all 5 finals MVPs?
But Duncan doesn't get talked about like that.
He's a top 10 player?
No, he is. But again, like when we're having these sports conversations at the bar or wherever, like nobody brings up Duncan.
That's sad. Steph Curry, last 4 games against Cleveland in that series. 27, 6 and 6.
He was ridiculous.
27, 6 and 6. Game 4, 22, 7 and 2, 8 of 17, 4 threes. Game 5, 37 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 threes. The clincher, 25, 8 and 6. 8 of 19 from the floor. And he doesn't get Finals MVP? Come on. Philmo Mike, what's happening? What's up, Philmo?
What's up with it, man? Hey, I got a couple of moments, man. The first moment, first of all, the night is my favorite. Is one of my favorite moments. But the other favorite moment was when the Miami Heat was playing some team. I think it was Game 6 or Game 7, and some random Warrior fan had on a Warrior jersey when they was trying to do the whiteout or whatever they was trying to do.
Miami Heat,
That brought back like this weird synergy of just we're the Warriors and we don't care, and like it was a combination of like when we lost in game to the Spurs and the Warrior fans was like they gave a standing ovation because we love that seat. I forgot what year it was, and then I think that same year that in that Miami Heat Game 7. That dude represented, man. That's what the Warriors is about, bruh. It's about the whole Bay Area, the whole Northern Cali coming together and supporting one team. So that moment made me a proud Warrior fan. Because Warrior fans, we different, man. For real. So that just stood out to me. Because we're going to ride with the Warriors no matter what.
Filmo, what do you think about this duo conversation where people are trying to say, well, if Kyrie and Luka wins one championship, they're on par with, I don't know if they're saying that. I really don't pay attention to that type of rhetoric. I don't. But they're saying that Kyrie and Luka are the most skilled backcourt we've ever seen in NBA history, and one title may push Steph and Clay off their pedestal. I don't buy it. And I think history over time, people will still appreciate the Splash Brothers. Where do you land on that?
I mean, we ain't playing NBA jams. You feel me? It's a real team sport.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you really want to break it down, to me, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is the best duo of all time.
I agree.
Because if you talk about defense and offensive repertoire, Scottie Pippen was a dog, and Michael Jordan is the dog. So if you talk to me, I think them, Shaq and Kobe. I don't like to put backcourt. It's cute to talk about the backcourts, but Luka's really a small forward. He ain't no guard. He's really a small forward. He's 6'8", 230. He got a body like Charles Barkley. Come on now. Kyrie is the ultimate point guard. He's one of the best point guards of all time. But I don't like to get in those semantics because if you really want to talk about Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan will lock down Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, whoever it is.
I tend to agree with you on that. I agree with you. Their length.
Yeah.
I think they're the two greatest perimeter defenders on the same team
Possibly
at the same time
in NBA
ever.
history. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade and LeBron for the years that Dwayne Wade was healthy. But Phil, can I ask you a question if you're still on hold? Because I'm glad that you're bringing this up. Don't you believe that sadly Scottie Pippen's play on the court has been devalued because of all the stuff attached to his name in the last 5 to 10 years that's like negative, whether it's his wife? It's so unfair, but it feels like we've forgotten how, like, on the court, he was amazing. An amazing passer, one of the great defenders, could rebound, could score. I mean, he could do everything. And it feels like we have kind of diminished how great of a player he was.
Hey, if you really want to talk about it, Shasky, the evolution, Scottie Pippen is that evolutionary piece from Magic Johnson in a weird way to Scottie, because Scottie in his later career, he played point forward on Houston and on the Trailblazers into LeBron James.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen, he's very undervalued. To me, he's one of the best players, and he got played. Scottie talked about it last week. He did that deal for 7 years. That wasn't cool, man. Scottie Pippen is a GOAT to me. If it wasn't for Scottie, Michael Jordan wouldn't be Michael Jordan.
I agree.
There's no doubt. Good call, Phil Mo. There's no doubt. Good. All right, you think people devalue Scottie because of what happens in his personal life?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to. I do. I think it sucks. I think all the Larsa stuff and everything. And then I also think his beef with Jordan.
I see. I think it's more of that kind of being petty and everything about that.
It feels like Michael, without a dribble, has almost been elevated in the last 25 years, even bigger than the god he was when he was playing. And sadly, Pippen's still very important and people recognize it, but I just don't think he was, and his point about being an evolutionary step in the chain toward LeBron, he's absolutely right. I viewed Scottie as a point forward offensively.
Yeah, always.
He
ran
He's a guy that would grab a rebound, come on down, set up the offense, could get you a bucket. Right. Like, Scottie was...
What hurt Scottie was when What hurt Scottie was when he didn't check into the game because he didn't get the last shot against the New York Knicks the first year Jordan retired. That hurt Scottie. He was deemed as selfish because of that. But Scottie Pippen's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, he did everything. And he changed, we were talking about the 91 NBA Finals, he changed that series. Once Phil Jackson said, Scottie, you have magic, and I want you to press him all 94 feet. And Magic Johnson talks about it. He's like, dude, I had to walk the ball up the floor. I had to post up from 70 feet away from the rim. Scottie was hounding him. And he would guard point guards. He would guard Penny Hardaway, whether it was the Eastern Conference Finals. Scottie's and all. That duo right there, that's the first legit duo that I remember. Now, there's a lot of great duos before that, but I hear Mully talk about Scottie and Jordan and what it was like to go against Scottie and Jordan. He's like, by far, the best perimeter defenders he had ever had to go against. They were nasty on that end of the floor.
And for anybody that didn't maybe get a chance to see it in real time, obviously the Dream Team doc that came out, to me is like, it just shows you the way they viewed the Kukoc thing. And Kukoc was, don't get it to it, Kukoc was really good too.
Well, it's because Jerry Krause was propping up Tony Kukoc, and Scotty's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
I do think also, and this is so odd, I don't know why, Scotty gets a little knocked because of the Portland years. And he
shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't. I agree. But like, I don't know. I think had he won elsewhere, I think we would elevate him to the appropriate rank that he deserves. It almost feels like Dennis Rodman's been elevated since these 30 years.
Yeah.
And Scotty's taken a knock, and Scotty was awesome.
Scotty's kind of hurt himself with some of the things, but no, the Portland teams were really good. I mean, he stabilized that roster.
Brian Grant,
I mean,
they were sweet.
They almost came back from a 3-1 deficit. They should have won. Damn, they were up, 16 in that game 7?
That team was good.
Really good. Really good.
I was such a Mighty Mouse fan back then.
By the way, BPA chimed in on Twitter.
I have a big mouth sometimes.
Yeah, he does. Scotty could not have locked down Steph, period. No.
I mean, he was, 6'8"? Come on, we have to be realistic. Like, whatever you view Iguodala as a defender in his prime, that's Scotty and then some.
Well, it also depends on what rules.
Yeah, that's true. Hand checking.
Because the physicality that Jordan and Pippen brought in that backcourt on the perimeter defensively, and Scotty was blocking shots. I mean, he was blocking shots.
And could rebound.
10-time all-defensive.
I mean, come on, man.
Look, I'm not saying anybody's going to lock down Stephen Curry. I'm not going to do that because the great ones figure it out, and they figure out a way to get theirs. But Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan defensively on the perimeter, they made life hell for a lot of backcourts.
In their prime, I'm taking Scotty defensively over Kawhi Leonard. Who are you taking? Kawhi or Scotty?
Oh, I take Scotty. Kawhi was really good for a long time.
How about LeBron?
I seen Kawhi was really good. We got
I know,
Rob Setzer,
they're different. They're different defenders.
I mean, you take Scotty, I'll take Kawhi.
How about LeBron?
I mean, I'll take LeBron.